Indians who are coming out and asking people to ensure that we respect the lockdown and we support the lockdown and ensure that we completely observe it. Leander Paes joining us live on Republic TV this morning. Leander, good morning. You were live with us during the Janta curfew and it was a big success. What's your message this morning, Leander, as the government announces a 21-day lockdown to fight coronavirus?
Good morning. I think it is imperative to actually abide by the government's rules and also the World Health Organization rules, because they know the real stats, and at the same time they're making decisions that are best for the nation and for the people. I believe that the only way to make sure that this pandemic does not increase is to practice social distancing, is to practice hygiene, is to wash your hands, is to wash your cups and your plates yourself, and to make sure that we're responsible citizens.
Leander, we did a lockdown reality check across India and we've been doing it over the last few days. Now, there is of course, majority of people are following the lockdown, staying home, staying safe and keeping their families safe and only going out if it's necessary. But in many parts of the country, there is a need for people to be aware and also educated about the importance of social distancing. Now, when it comes to that, how do you feel we all can play a part in making sure that the last man in the line, gets the message about social distancing?
That is so very important. It is not easy with a population that we have, but social distancing is very important. To wear masks is very important. To make sure we wash our hands, keep up with our hygiene is important. And also the best way to prevent this pandemic from multiplying is to do nothing, is to stay at home, is to be responsible, is to fill up your day with things that keep you busy. For people like myself who travel about 35-40 weeks a year because of our professions, it's a wonderful time to spend time with our parents, with our kids, with our family, and to make sure we maximize that time we get at home. I believe that to be innovative also with our businesses, whether it is using the phones, the emails, using video conferencing, to bring communities of the corporate world together to work from home is also very important. Also, as an athlete, for myself with my training regime, I can only emphasize on how important it is to stay physically fit. Use the spaces in your bedrooms, use the spaces in your living rooms to do your yoga, your meditation, your exercises, to keep that physicality going as well, because as we get confined to our homes, being lethargic comes to mind, getting bored comes to mind, the quantums of food that we eat come to mind. So these are the things we got to really pay attention to make sure that we follow a routine, to make sure that we stay happy, and to make sure that we fight this pandemic as a community.
Leander, as an athlete across the world, there's also a debate. I don't know whether it should be a debate at all. It's a straight out answer that, people, especially, athletes don't really have the time to prepare because most of them are confined indoors with the Tokyo 2020, with a shadow over it. What's your take on it? Where do you stand? Is postponement the best option?
I have really got to compliment the International Olympic Committee and especially the Japan Olympic Committee for a really good decision. It is not an easy decision, as we know in the sporting world. A lot of sporting corporate dollars at stake, billions of dollars will be lost in postponing the Olympic Games in Tokyo. I feel that the Olympic Committee of Japan as well as the International Olympic Committee have done an excellent job in terms of the safety of us athletes and also the safety of the sporting fraternity that have booked airline tickets, that have booked hotel reservations, that have booked tickets to the games to come together in Tokyo for the Olympics. And I think that in a situation that we're in, more than sport, more than entertainment, the health of our community is really important. And I've really got to compliment the Japan Olympic Committee as well as the International Olympic Committee for a bold step. Really well done.
Yeah, and where does that leave you with Leander? We'd heard reports of you possibly retiring closer to the Olympics or after the Olympics, and now with everything being stretched, what's your plan? Will you wait it out? Will you push your retirement plans and continue to fight it out on the court when all of this is over?
I think that life after COVID-19 is going to be very different. I feel that the call of the day today is to make sure that our community is safe, to make sure that our streets are safe, to make sure that we come together as a movement, as a community, as the human race to win the battle against COVID-19. I believe that the tough days are ahead of us. If you look at the Olympic movement, it is a movement for health. It is a movement for good health and fitness. And I think that as far as the decisions go of how my career, especially with this year being my one last Rose, my team are coming together to evaluate the situation. And I feel that over the next few weeks, it'll play itself out. For me as an athlete, I've had a wonderful run over the last 30 years, but to really spread the word of good health and fitness is very important. To spread the word of happiness and mental calmness at the moment is very important. And I feel that the Olympic movement does a wonderful job in keeping in light of everything that we are facing today with COVID, is to actually keep everyone safe and healthy. So a big kudos to them. And as far as my own career goes, I will be evaluating that over the next few weeks.
Leander, thank you for speaking to Republic TV this morning. It's really commendable that you have come out this morning and appealed to people to stay home, stay safe, stay indoors, and also the importance of staying healthy as well. Leander, we look forward to speaking to you in the course of the next 21 days. It's all we have to do, speak to people who are indoors. Thank you for speaking to Republic TV. Thank you.